Good morning, it's Crystal with Bridge Relationship Coach here, and I am just taking the opportunity to make the most of some early morning sun. And it's something I often do if I get the chance. If I'm working a lot, I like to come out in nature whenever possible, just to make sure I can reconnect. And it's just really good for the soul, really good for my energy levels, to make sure I can actually just sit quietly and reflect whenever I can, really. And I was thinking about, because here in the UK we've had a few days of really nice weather now, so it's starting to feel like summer's here. And I don't know about you, but when it's warm, when it's sunny, when summer arrives, it's a season I really love, because I start to feel a lot more relaxed. I start to feel like everything just slows down. So during the winter, I think there's a tendency to, for me anyway, you rush around more. There's less available daylight, so it feels like there's less time to get things done. If it's cold or it's raining, we're getting from A to B a lot more quickly. Because we don't want to get wet or cold, or there's just a kind of a different energy around the winter compared to the summer. And for me, when it starts to get warm, you don't feel like rushing around everywhere. You don't feel like, you just get too hot and bothered, basically. And actually, you can spend a bit more time enjoying being outside, because it doesn't feel so cold, because it feels warm. There are different smells, everything, all the flowers are starting to come out and bloom, and it's just really pleasant to be outside. I mean, I actually personally, I love being outside in all seasons, but I know lots of people really love summer for those reasons. So yeah, there's a slower pace, and often when we go on holiday, if you go to a sun, sea and sand holiday, yes, of course, you're going for the sun, sea and sand, the relaxation, the time away from work, but often, we associate the warmth as being a massive part of that process, the warmth and the sunshine and the fact there is a slower pace. So because the climate's warmer and because there's more daylight, it feels like there's more time to get things done. It feels like things are less rushed. And it got me thinking about relationships and how anxiety can sometimes play a major part in relationships. Because I think quite often when, in lots of couples that I see, there's often, one of the couple can often be very anxious about things. And I don't know if you experience this or you feel that your partner experiences this, but sometimes when something's really burning inside you that you have to say to your partner, or something's really, really bothering you, it feels like you have to say it all then and there. If you're feeling particularly emotionally aroused, and so that's angry, upset, anxious, you feel like you really need to make your point or say something, there can be the tendency to go at a million miles an hour, rush it all and expect a response from your partner immediately. And some people don't like to have to wait for that response, or some people feel like they just have to get everything out that's actually inside them. I think there's a lot to be said in relationships for actually creating that space, for creating a sense that doesn't have to be rushed, that you can take the time to say the things that are important to you, and that you can give your partner time to just think about things and reflect on things and respond in a way that feels a lot more thought out. That you don't have to have a solution to everything all the time. Sometimes you can say something that's bothering you and you don't know what the solution is, and your partner might not know either, and it might take a few days or weeks or even months for you to come to a satisfactory conclusion with something. But it might be that actually that's what you need, and there's nothing wrong with making that space in your relationship to accept that, okay, we don't know the answer to this now, we're not quite sure where we're going with this, but the important thing is that you have that open discussion with each other, that you don't feel pressurised by either of you to feel like you have to resolve everything then and there, or that you have to have an answer for something. Sometimes what happens when you become anxious and you press and press and press your partner for an answer or a response or a conclusion, or for their thoughts even, you can end up pushing them further away, so you end up pursuing them, which makes them withdraw more, which I'll bet makes your anxiety a lot worse, and I see that a lot as well. So it could be anything that you're concerned about. Now, it could be a feeling that you feel like if your partner's done something specific that's really bothered you, and you just want to know what their thoughts are on it, or it could be, so I'm trying to think of an example now, put myself on the spot, but it could be that you need to make a decision about something by the end of the week. Let's say you need to know whether you're going to go to that function together. Your partner isn't quite sure whether they want to go, and you're pressing and pressing and pressing them for their response, and then they start to close down or they start to snap back at you. So it could be something like that, or it could be a much bigger goal. So it might be, where you're going to be living in the next year, whether you're going to start looking for houses, or whether you're going to start a family, or, it could be a career aspiration. And so if you press and press and press for things like that, sometimes you don't always know the answers. So that's the point I wanted to make really today. I'm hoping that's helpful to you. So it's just about creating space in your relationship as though it were summer, that you had a nice calm summer's day. You don't have to be anywhere, you don't have to do anything. There are more hours of daylight, so you can just take your time with things a bit more. So yeah, space in the relationship can be really important. So hopefully that's useful to you. Come along to crystalwoodbridge.com. You can sign up for my newsletter where you can get free relationship tips and advice. And you can sign up for my free relationship course for couples, which is called the 4 Seasons Relationship Course, which helps you to reconnect using nature as an inspiration and guide. And you can sign up for my newsletter so that you don't miss any of my blog posts. So I really look forward to seeing you online soon. Take care for now. And don't forget, always maintain your relationship to watch it thrive. Bye.